Welcome teachers. Here we are at week 3. It's Sherry again, and I'm so glad that you're tuning in to learn a little bit more about the project experience as we focus, that's our focus for week 3. So hopefully at this point your students have had a chance to really dig a little bit deeper on the digital experience, and they've had lots of opportunities to go online and go through their activities. And hopefully last week you were able to focus on the print experience and using your teacher's edition and your interactive reader. And now we want to focus on the project experience. One of the books that I'm going to be referencing is Save the Planet. Remember, you have 20 project books at the elementary level, you have 20 project books at the secondary level, and for the purposes today, we're going to just look at the secondary Save the Planet project. Now remember, if you don't have the Save the Planet book, that's okay. All of our projects are formatted and designed instructionally the same way. So as I'm going to be referencing Save the Planet, if you have another book that you want to reference, that's fine. Okay, go ahead and open up your project book. You want to be on pages 6 and 7 at the project overview pages. Now this is where we're going to look deeper at the essential questions, the research questions, and the academic vocabulary. Here you can see in the essential questions that our students don't always know how to answer these questions, but we know it's necessary for the comprehension of the topic that's being discussed. Now here what you see are the research questions. What we've done is we've embedded research questions to allow our students to answer those essential questions that are necessary for the comprehension. So they have a list of research questions that they're going to be actively answering throughout this project experience. Now what we want to focus on is the academic vocabulary. Listen, many of our students, they really enjoy these science and social studies topics, but it's the academic vocabulary that really impedes their comprehension of the topic. So here we really front load the academic vocabulary and really make it part of the instruction throughout all 15 days of the project experience. Okay, now if you'll go ahead and turn to the next pages, pages 8 and 9, where you can see the project planner pages. Here you can see the 15 days of instruction at a quick glance. Now in just a moment we're going to look deeper at certain days of instruction, but I wanted you to be able to see all 15 days at once. Now if you'll take a moment and look at the right hand side of your page on page 9, and I want you to pay close attention to what you have here. We wanted to make this easy for you to use. When we surveyed teachers, many teachers told us they wanted to do projects, but they didn't necessarily have the time to really get the project going. So here you can see the student materials. Now these are all the materials that you will need for your students to complete this entire project. So it's great to gather these materials ahead of time and have them ready to go as the students progress through the project. The next thing we wanted to do to make this really easy for teachers and students was we wanted to give you safe internet search terms, safe and current, and things that students can really use to answer those research questions, which will remember then go and answer the essential questions. So they've got safe internet search terms, and then of course we have safe, secure, and current websites already ready to go for students to be able to access to do their research. Now that we understand a little bit about how the project experience was designed, now let's look at the instruction. So if you'll turn to page 12 and 13 for me, we can look at day 1 instruction. Here you can see we have our Prepare for Day 1 box. This will be great for you to go ahead and know what you have to do to get organized for the day. This is where you'll gather the materials and make sure you have all of the resources necessary, and this is where you'll get ready for the bound book foldable. Now the first step on day 1 is to create the project portfolio book. Please understand that for every project, students will be creating this bound book portfolio. Now this is a completed one, but as you can see, the student was in charge of decorating it and kind of going with the theme. All of their resources are inside here. Other enfoldables are inside, and even their writing instruction is put inside this bound book. Now for more information on how to create the bound book, it's on the last page of your project book, but we also have a video tutorial that you can access on the FlexWorks site. So you have multiple ways to go ahead and access how to teach your students how to create these bound books. Now, after creating the bound book, the next step is to build that knowledge for your students. Not every student has that same background information going into the project. So what we've done is we've created building background videos that you can access online on your FlexWorks site. You can access these videos and show them to the whole group. Every project has a video to show. Now, as we move into day 2 of instruction on page 14 and 15, we see here that this is where our students are going to make reading connections, but more importantly, this is where they're actually going to learn about their academic vocabulary terms. There is a foldable for them to create here, and again, those instructions are at the back of this project book, but you can also access that instruction on FlexWorks in a tutorial. But here they'll go ahead and access the academic vocabulary terms, and you'll follow the instructions that are listed here on the page for them. Remember, it's really important for our students to have a good understanding of these vocabulary terms so that they can really comprehend what's going on. Now, if you'll go ahead and turn to day 6 of instruction on pages 22 and 23, we can go ahead and look at how our students have been completing their research on the project. Now, remember, they've had several days to research and to answer those research questions and, in turn, the essential questions. But now our focus is shifting a little bit towards writing. If you look at page number 3 on page 23, you'll see that this is when we introduce the My Argument writing frame, teaching our students how to write an argument. This is where the writing instruction will begin. We know how important it is for our students to be able to learn how to present their projects. So here, as we go to the end of the project on days 14 and 15, that's pages 36 and 37 in your project book, you can see here students are wrapping up their presentation. Now, the focus for Save the Planet was a multimedia presentation. So the students have now presented, and now they're shifting on learning how to do some self-reflection and self-evaluation, which is really key in learning how to grow as a presenter. So this will be wrapping up our Save the Planet project book. Please understand that also in the back of your project books are all of the Blackline master copies that will be needed for this specific project book. They're all located in the back of the book that you have in your hands. So now you've had a chance to go ahead and view the video about the project lessons. But remember, in that project lesson, students are going to be creating a bound book portfolio. So we invite you to learn how to make those bound books and to actually show this video to your students. So I'm going to go ahead and take you online and show you and invite you to do this action item, is to view the tutorial. So here we go. Let's view our resources tab on the right-hand side of your screen. Once you click on that, you'll see you have many options across the top. Go ahead and stay on General Resources, and then we want you to go ahead and to click on Professional Development here. Once you do that, you want to scroll down until you come to Creating Foldables in the Project Experience. We welcome you to view this video tutorial and to also share this with your students. After you've had an opportunity to view this tutorial, we invite you to the discussion area to post your comments. Thank you.